And good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I am doing good, Chris. I was clearing my throat when I got back. Sorry if I came through the mic. Wasn't prepared to go live there on my end, so I apologize. But man, hot Atlanta, the good hot Atlanta, the cheese grater. I'm excited, brother. I'm excited. It's the first round, or the first race, excuse me, in the round of 8. When this round is over, after tonight's race, we got 2 more races, then we're championship 4 bound. So tonight, a driver can punch their ticket to the final race, but it all starts here at Hot Atlanta. I'm not hearing either one of us right now, Chris. That's what I'm actually double checking right now to make sure I'm set. Okay, so I hear myself. I am not hearing you though right now.
How about, yeah. Okay. Well, I got to fix something, but here we are.
All right, we heard you then.
Oh, yeah.
Loud and clear there.
All right, let's take a look at the points. Not that one. Not the actual points. There we are. So we've got top 8 going forward here tonight. We've got in 8th spot John Perkins, the Iron Man. In 7th spot, Austin Edstrom. Rick Thompson in the 6th spot. Dalton Kilrow actually fell 2 last week, so he is down in the 5th position. Odd man looking in. TBB, Dustin Ping, Chris Carroll, and Cody Heinzman holding on to the top 4 spots. Tanner, I'm going to have to book it for just a second. I got to fix this.
You are good, buddy. Are we going to remain live?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we'll just sit here. I'll keep going. So remember, guys, it's going to be top 8. They are currently the ones in the playoff standings currently. But after tonight and then the next 2 weeks, it's going to be championship 4. So like you mentioned, you heard Chris mention Cody Hines with Chris Carroll, Dustin Ping, TBB. They are currently in the catbird seat if the playoffs were to advance. Good, brother. Still showing live on my end.
Yeah, I don't know why. Let's...
Yeah, mics are still on. Still hearing myself.
Yeah, we should be coming back here. All kinds of technical difficulties. I love it.
Well, the good news is they can still hear us. They got my redneck voice. We got your sexy voice, right? So while
here we are.
Works on that, so I think we're good. I see you now, and I hear me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's only up from here, Chris. It's only up from here.
I really hope so.
You gotta love technology, right?
Yeah, I had it working so good last week. Now, I'll deal with it. It's gonna be a rough night because all I hear is my voice.
Oh,
I can't stand that.
so you're hearing it like play back into your headphones, right?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
really messes with the cadence. But
Yep.
here we are. Hey, look at this. 40 seconds to go here in happy hour. Yeah, this is going to bug the crap out of me. Corey Sherman, fastest car out there. Wow.
Listen, if you need to shut it down, brother. We can fix it and we'll come back.
Nah, I can fix it without doing that. I think.
Right. But yeah, so like you said, Corey Sherman, the 3 car, sitting top of the board at, I'm going to call it now, at the end of happy hour. Yeah, there's 15 seconds to go, but I think the Shermanator's going to hold it down. No Amanda Sherman tonight. I think she's maybe a little under the weather. Maybe not sick under the weather, but just not feeling like coming out here doing 196 laps around Atlanta. So we hope she gets feeling better, sleeps it off, has a good night tonight watching out in viewer land.
Yeah, I made a messenger and asked her about that. She's pretty much not ready to race.
I can tell you who is ready to race. So the 20 or so drivers we do have in here as qualifying is getting underway. I wonder who's going to be the first taker. 10 minutes of qualifying, so you don't have to roll right out. But the drivers that are rolling right out, TNA Motorsports represent Corey Sherman and Cody Heinzman, both heading out on track first.
Yeah, we're going to head on over to Corey Sherman and we'll watch him get around the track.
Amanda, I just saw the comment. So since you said that, that's hilarious. She has the Bush Light vid. That's amazing. I'll be honest, Chris. Normally when we come into these races, I kind of know what to expect roughly, right? The NextGen does kind of throw us for a whirlwind at times. But coming into tonight, Old Atlanta, the NextGen, I'm clueless. I am absolutely clueless. For the first time this season, I went out there and turned laps during happy hour just to feel the car out, feel what the drivers are going to feel, and I'm still just as clueless now as I was prior to those laps.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. We did some laps with you in the car during practice. We know what the car is kind of doing. We're going to have to see what happens over 10 or 15 laps.
That is going to be the make or break, I believe, because we know Atlanta, it's very hard on the tires, very hard on equipment, but it's kind of an unknown. All these guys, yes, they've done an hour of practice, but they have not done race pace laps around other cars. So that's when it all gets real, when you're 3 wide going into turn 1. It gets very real then.
Well, that's it exactly.
No stranger to being at top of the board. Cody Heinzman holding down provisional pole with a 30.816. Got Chris Iceberg in the 66 with a 30.973. Ben Fleet, the lone Dutchman, holding down P3. As it looks like the track's starting to heat up. Got a lot of takers going out there to do their laps.
And on board
we're focused on Dalton Kilrow here.
Dalton.
As I believe the people at home, Chris and us in the booths, I think it's safe to say I want to see the 41 win. I'm sure you're in that boat. Don't want to see the 41 go winless this season. So I'm interested to see how he starts qualifying here. First lap around, a little bit on the slow side with a 31.320. But as we know at this NextGen, it's always the second lap that tends to be the money lap. We're going to see what the 41 can do here. Looks smooth down in 3 and 4. Walks it right down to the white line. As Kilrow jumps up to P7 with a 31.063.
Not a bad run, but certainly, we hope to see something more out of Dalton a little later on here tonight. How about we ship over to... Hunter Lagunas is finishing up his run.
Hunter the Junker. Let's see what the 27 can put down. So first lap around with a 31.29. He's also another driver walking it all the way down to the white line, Chris. It seemed like as I was testing, it seemed like the middle of the track is where I felt the most comfortable. Now, that don't mean nothing, right? 'Cause I'm a broadcaster. A second lap around, not much quicker. 30.12. That's got the junker starting 11th as is currently.
Yeah, I don't think that's the line that he's going to want to use during the race, but we're going to find out. I mean, different things for different drivers, I guess.
Different strokes for different folks is what I've heard down here in the South.
Yep.
Like that car, though. The 27 is looking sweet with the raceepi.com sponsor on the side.
Excuse me. My dog is excited about something. I'll be right back.
Boy. He's a good boy. Let's see, folks. As it looks like maybe RT76, he has actually finished up his qualifying here. Dustin Ping in the 81. DP 2.0. Looks like he's going to start his qualifying effort here. As folks, just bear with us. We got audio issues. We got puppies. I got Kane coming here poking his head in my room wanting me to do something with Minecraft. So we're a little all over the place right now, but I promise you, once that green flag drops, we will be locked and loaded like these drivers. So Ping's got the 81 up to speed here. He's another guy walking it down to the white line. And now remember, we are playoff racing here tonight. I'm going to mention it until I'm blue in the face because it's what's important. As Ping comes into tonight, third in the point standings currently, as he has been a driver possessed, on fire since Sonoma many weeks back. He's had nothing but basically good finish after good finish after good finish. So the 81 is going to try to continue that positive momentum here. As first lap around, only a 31.353. So 14 quicker for the 81. Going to see if he can get a little quicker. As he's going down the back stretch, a little bobble out of turn 2. That's going to hurt the time a little bit. But I think he's the type of driver, it don't matter if he starts 15th. He's going to find his way up to the front if he can keep the nose on that Camaro clean. So at the line, it's going to be a 31.125. That's going to be 12th quickest for the 81 of Dustin Ping.
How about we slide over to Brian Dees in the 17? Guy is just looking for a finish at this point. The last half of the season has not been great.
It seems like once the playoffs started for the Soul Stealer and the rest of the group, the roller coaster went from a high and it just valleyed out down to a low. And it all ended and crumbled last week whenever the 17 got in that incident with the 89 of Van Fleet. Van Fleet was on the brakes. The 17 was on the brakes. Well, it's hard to stop when you're going 180 plus. And ended the season championship hopes for the 17. But look at that. It did not end or take the pace or the speed out of the 17. The Soul Stealer with a 30.934. That's third quickest for the Soul Stealer.
Yeah, good run for Dees.
Are you still hearing yourself as an
Yeah.
echo? Oh,
yeah.
That's brutal. That's why I'm trying to talk more to try to give you a chance to see if you can fix. That's brutal. I hate that with a passion. Now we got Mr. Ty No Practice Morosco, as saw on Facebook earlier, that this is the wedding week. I just heard myself.
Sorry.
that was weird. I had to go make sure I had YouTube muted. But yeah, old Ty Morosco on the one, going to get hitched this week. Him and his lovely fiance. As the 29 Team 5 Motorsports. Trevor Harmon. Good to have Harmon back out here. Have not seen Trevor in many weeks. Cody Heinzman out in the chat says 35 laps on a tank comfortably. Anything past that, you're going to have to try to save some Sunoco racing fuel. And that tells me fuel will be an issue tonight. Why? Well, it's not going to be an issue in stage 1 because they can go 30 laps. But stage 2, stage 2 does not end till lap 85. So you're going to have to either save me some fuel, save the crew chief some fuel in the second stage, or you're going to have to pit under green if the caution don't fly. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's something to watch out for. Well, I guess we're going to go through the grid. I'm going to take my headphones off so I can actually talk and not kill myself. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting set for, what is this, race number 7 of 10 here for the Blazing Pedals. And it's going to be a good one. Just going to clear off a couple things. On the pole tonight, it's going to be the driver of the number 51 from TNA Motorsports. It's going to be Cody Heinzman. To his outside, the Ghost Motorsports number 48 of Ryan Rose. Starting on the inside, row number 2, it is going to be the 17 out of MFRD Racing. It's Brian Dees. And to his outside, the Iceberg, Chris Berg.
And rolling. You got Cody Heinzman in the 51 with a 30.816 starting on the pole position, with Ryan Rose in the 48 starting to his outside, row number 1. Inside row number 2 is going to be Brian the Soul Stealer Dees. Chris Iceberg starting to his outside in 4th. In 5th spot, we got TNA Motorsports own Philip Van Fleet, and then starting to his outside, row number 3, it's going to be TBB, or as we like to call him, The Butcher, starting 6th. In 7th, Ironman John Perkins with Dalton Kilrow representing MFRD in the 41, starting 8th. 9th, Ty No Practice Morosco with Corey the Shermanator Sherman starting in 10th. 11th is Larry Bell in the 4. 12th, he's second in the points right now, but he's got some catching up to do here if he wants to remain there or battle Cody Hines with the win. Starting 12th, that's Chris Carroll. As we cycle on down a little bit. Bear with me, folks. 13th is Hunter Lagoon. 14th is Dustin Pink. 15th is going to be the Team 5 Motorsports own Trevor Harmon. 16th, it's Mr. Excitement, or Rocket Man, as we call him in the power rankings. It's the 87 of Austin Edstrom. 17th, it's Barbie Mobile, or Mr. Big Ugly, Mark Arthur. And then starting to his outside, Speed Mafia's own RT 76. 19th, we got TNA representing again with Chad Wilson. 20th, Eric Blount, and Mr. Shotgun on the field. It's Mr. Blackhawk Motorsports own Mike Massengill in the 20, starting 21st. And that is it. 21 drivers.
21 drivers getting ready to go.
Track here at Atlanta. As I'm hearing my voice. As green flag is out. Everything's smooth here for most of the guys. Let me get up front. My camera's all messed up. As Hines is going to get away with the race lead here. Ryan Rose in the 48 is going to duck in behind with the 17 of Brian Dees right there on the back bumper of the 48.
Oh boy. It's going to be a long one.
It is going to be a long one indeed. even for the likes of the Ketchup Man out front, leading this train around. It's still a long one for him. 196 laps. It's going to be a very long type of management race. You got to manage your equipment. You got to manage your track position. You got to manage the tires. You got to manage the temper. You got to manage everything out here tonight.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you got to do it all. Starting to go single file, about 4 cars back. We go double file, 5th on back.
So you see guys trying to get in where they fit in. As I've said many weeks on here, these restarts and these next gens, they are chaotic. Everybody wants to get that extra position if they can. But at the start of this race, it's going to be crazy. Only 3 sets of tires laying in the pits for 196 laps. So 4 total sets of tires. That's not really enough to play with. You can't come out here and abuse this first set. You got to really take care of your equipment, take care of your tires here. So I look for some of the heavy hitters maybe to start falling back early. We've seen Cody Heinzman do it many times this season. And you already seen he's already relinquished the lead over to Brian Dees. So the 17 or so still a new man front and center out front.
Yeah, Dees up front. Cody Heinzman, Taylor Butcher-Benjamin, and Ryan Rose. Ty Morosco in the 5th spot. Then it's a 2-wide battle for 6th.
As Morosco's the man looking forward in the 1 car. He's up 4 spots, looking to make it 5. So he says these guys around him might be saving. Yeah, he's not. He's digging, trying to get all the track position he can. Remember, he started in 9th, already up to 5th, looking to take P4 away from the 48 of Rose.
Didn't somebody say he had to be more aggressive?
Chat GPT said he had to be more aggressive.
Chat GTP.
They don't know the same time Roscoe we know. That's why it was such a funny, like, aha moment. You know something I'm noticing here? Falling back to Rick Thompson, I believe he's running, let me just look on my end so I don't butcher it. Back to 11th, that's the front pack. And then you've got 12th on back in their own little separate pack. So that tells me that backpack is definitely very much aware that they got to save some tires. This front pack, they're still digging, trying to get after it.
I think you can be in either pack and save tires, Tanner. I don't know if it necessarily has to be the one, but you know what? We got a battle for the lead.
There's a battle for the lead, and it looks like that battle's going to be won by TDB. Hold on. Brian Dees, he's on strong on the outside. But you see there, that low line right down by the white line, painting that bottom line was the way around 3 and 4 for the 10 car. Now the man out front. But I agree with what you're saying. I've always found if I'm trying to race in the front of the pack, I'm just naturally burning up my stuff because, well, let's face it, I don't have the talent that a lot of these guys have. So for me to be up there, I got to be getting after it, right? But, I mean, you got guys like Cody Hines and Kilroy out there running middle of this pack. They probably are saving their stuff right now if I had to venture a guess.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it by being smooth. I mean, I can't, but these guys can.
Right. Most of these guys can. I definitely do not put myself in that category. But right here, we're coming to lap 10 when TBB crosses start-finish line this next time around. So this, between now and about lap 15, that's when you're going to really start to notice, okay, I'm using too much of the right front, car's getting tight, or, hey, I'm using too much of the right rear, car's getting loose. The first 15 laps I've always heard in these next gens is the most important laps on any tire set.
That could very well be. I mean, we see it week in and week out, though, especially with the new lower quantity of tire rule that was implemented for the playoffs.
Right.
These guys are learning everything all over again.
All on the fly.
Yeah. So TBB, Brian Dees, Ty Morosco, your top 3, Chris Berg, Dalton Kilroy to round out the top 5.
Like seeing the 66 back up in the mix. Been having some connection issues the past few weeks, and then marred that with a few incidents out of his control. So I'm liking seeing that 66. Wish he had the iceberg type paint scheme back on there. That's something different, right? But I still like seeing the 66 up to the front.
41 is marching up 4, 2-4, yeah. Big underdog for this week anyway. I really need him to do good. Rick Thompson, RT76. Picked him in my final 4, so...
He's somebody that we know he loves this, right? And he likes to compete. And when he heard a few of us not pick him for the championship 4, it lights a fire under him, and it burns. It burns if you don't pick him. He likes to be the underdog. He likes to be doubted, like I said earlier.
Yeah, he does. I don't get it, but
right.
Motivation can be found anywhere, I guess. RT76. He's got my vote. He's just got to make the run here tonight. And actually, he's got to be a little consistent over the next couple of races. Right now, though, doing a good job. Up 11 to 7th spot. Cody Heinzman has slipped back to the 9th position, actually just getting passed by teammate Corey Sherman. Sherman is up to the 8th spot. So Corey is, we know he's fast, but right now he is trying to prove it on track. He has moved up a couple into a solid top 10 in 8th spot. Rick Thompson, however, getting around the 66 now. So the Berg goes down 1. Rick Thompson goes up 1. Chris Berg down to 7th. John Perkins doing a good job. He's leading the way there for Rick Thompson. And Thompson's in 6th. John Perkins in 5th. Taylor Butcher Benjamin continues to lead the way here at Atlanta.
But I just noticed that I was heaping the praises on Ty for being our biggest mover. No, sir. Rick Thompson up 12 spots and still charging forward. Like you said, John Perkins leading him up to the back bumper of the 1 of Ty Morosco. As Perkins going to look low underneath Ty here. Going to try to take over P5, I believe, from Ty.
Ty's in 4th right now.
P4, yep.
So a little wiggle out of the 33. That's going to allow the 76 to go to the outside. RT76 couldn't quite get it done. Backs back off. Gives John Perkins a chance to get back in line. Ty Morosco defending right now for the 3 drivers in front of him. All MFRD drivers. MFRD coming out strong here tonight, Tanner.
Absolutely. The lone MFRD not inside the top 5 right now. It's a guy that's well accustomed to being up there. Austin Edstrom at 87. He's currently running 13.
Yeah, but he's moving up now, too. Up 5 spots into the 11th position. Kind of marred into a gaggle here around Ryan Rose, Philip Van Vliet, the 81 of Dustin Ping right behind him. And actually, Cody Heinzman's backing up to them.
Cody's somebody that plays this very smart. Very, very smart. He was leading this thing 16 laps ago. He knows tires will be at utmost importance. Each lap this race goes on, tires are going to matter a little bit more every time around the circuit. So he's just trying to save them. For the end, he's somebody that, I mean, let's face it, he really don't need stage points, right? Any stage points he gets tonight is just bonus, basically. So he's thinking big picture here. I also want to send a shout out to Ryan Rose in the 48. Newcomer to the series. He's not used to racing in a league like this that has a lot of talent, but also has very strict tire limits. So we saw him last week. He took tires early at Las Vegas, and it kind of bit him. And he told me outright, he said, I just didn't know the strategy. I didn't know what we were going to do here. So coming into tonight, I think he did some homework, Chris, and I think it shows. I think he's showing right here. He's definitely trying to conserve that 48 right now.
Yeah, speaking of not conserving, though, the 76 and the 1 touching doors there for just a moment. Corey Sherman right behind him. He's starting to catch him. The 76 trying to get around Ty Morosco, and that would be for the 5th spot. Ty fights back on the outside one more time. Let's see if RT76 can clear him this time. Meanwhile, Dalton Kilroe had 2nd spot, but lost it back to Brian Dees. And here comes the Iron Man, John Perkins, working his way to the front.
What's hilarious about RT76 and Ty Morosco touching a little bit, I asked Rick on race chat, I said, who's the scariest driver to be around in these races? And he said, honestly, Ty. Just because he don't practice the first 20 or so laps, I'm scared to be around him. And now look, here they are. And maybe trading a little bit of paint between each other too. So that's awesome to see.
21 laps into this one, RT76 looking for more. Corey Sherman looking for his first win of the year with one of his favorite tracks that we're at right now. Right now, though, Taylor Butcher Benjamin has the race lead. Brian D's teammate right behind him, and Dalton Kilroe in a little bit of a battle right now with John Perkins. Perkins taking it down to the inside.
There's the momentum, though, for Kilroe riding in the middle of the track, just able to power off turn 4. So I'm noticing, though, you're noticing that groove. They're going up a little bit higher in 1 and 2, and same can be said in 3 and 4. So that groove's starting to work itself up. The more these tires start to wear, the more these drivers are going to be searching, and they're searching for what? Grip. That's the 4-letter word that you're going to hear a lot here tonight. Just trying to find the grip.
Plenty of laps to do it. Still
amen on that, huh?
3 laps to go.
Good math too, right there. That was quick math too. Kudos, bro.
Hey, thanks, man. Like
that's impressive to a guy like
all
me.
Weekend or something.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of that, took 2 cars, not 1, but 2 cars up to Oxford. It's a neat little track. A track that's on iRacing. A track that is I mean, I'm gonna say it's one of the hardest short tracks you're gonna go to on the sim. So I can only imagine what it's like in real life.
It's about the same.
Basically, just, I mean, imagine this, folks at home, just one constant circle, basically.
Yeah, that's about right. I mean, on the back stretch, you can kind of straighten the wheel out, but the entire front stretch is a big circle. Yeah, it is. Right. It's very momentary.
It is a very, very unique track, but I like it. Oxford put it in my top 3 short tracks on here. I prefer it. I like it.
Wow. You're different from a lot of people I know.
Right, right. Yeah, a lot of times when it's on the CLR schedule for super late models like that, that would be one of our least attended nights because I think it is one of those tracks that a lot of people just don't really give a fair shake to.
No, you're right. DBB has had the lead for many, many laps, and now he's got himself about a half a second lead over his teammate, Brian Dees. Behind Dees, though, they are stacking up. Don Kilroe, John Perkins, Ty Morosco, Rick Thompson, Corey Sherman, Austin Edstrom, all right there.
Coming into tonight's event, TBB 4th in the point standing. So these stage points are very, very valuable for him. That's coming up at lap 30. So just 4 more laps around the circuit here. TBB can wait for checker flag on stage 1, but man, oh man, I'm keeping tabs on Austin Edstrom. He is slicing and dicing. Now he's jumped to the inside of the 3 of Corey Sherman. So Edstrom, he is a man possessed, trying to get all the stage points he can, because he's been a driver that's been, I'll just say it, top 3, top 4 driver in the series all season long, and he's currently basically outside looking in when it comes to these playoff talk. He is 7th in the standings, so he is definitely a driver that needs every extra stage point he can possibly get.
Yeah, every point counts. We've been saying it all year, but now they can see it.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Every week we've said, well, this point matters from 9th to 8th or whatever, right? But now they can really tell how much it matters because, well, look at the points every week.
As Edstrom trying to complete the pass on RT76, that's about the best battle on track right now.
It's going to get it completed there finally. Now eyes set forward on 2 teammates up ahead. You got Morosco right in front of Austin Edstrom. All 3 of these guys need the points here. I would say out of the ones we're looking at here, Dalton will probably be the most comfortable to make it to the championship floor, but when you narrow it down to 4 drivers, nobody's really comfortable unless your name is Cody Heinzman, I think. I mean, just being honest.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, even coming into tonight, the 41 is in 5th spot. Oh, teammates get together!
I'm telling you, I called it on Race Chatter. Those dudes race each other harder than anybody else on the track. And I'll never get it.
Austin Edstrom, Ty Morosco get together. That could be lights out for Ty Morosco. That's going to be the end of his championship run, I believe. He will not be here the next couple of weeks.
Just trying to see damage here, Chris. I think the way they wrecked, both cars might be okay here. I'm worried about Ty's right front in the wall. Oh.
Well, we're going to go back just a little bit.
Ooh.
Really want to see how this one set itself up. Edstrom was down low.
Hi, Miss Connie, as well. I just saw your post.
Hi,
Hope
Connie.
all is well.
Edstrom comes up. I'll tell you, the one did not move. That is not on the one. That is squarely on the 87.
Chases it up the track and runs out of real estate, don't he?
Yep.
Comes right up in the tie. What about the contact? I'm watching it on your stream right here. So a little bit of contact for the one. I think both cars are going to be okay, Chris. Don't quote me on it yet, folks, until we get to see.
I think what we're going to see is two cars that are down on power.
Yeah, and the more I'm looking at the 87, I think he got the worst end of the deal, honestly.
Yeah, I think he did too. I think his nose slapped into the wall.
Yep.
Ty may be okay. Tough call. Another tough call? Being in the top 4 and deciding that you have to stay out because you want those points.
Right. So, the hammer. Pullabo Tom just came across and said 87 EOL. So, we called it correctly to how race control saw it as well. What's it been like this season when it comes to these stage breaks? It's almost as if we hardly ever, very rarely actually get a stage break caution. We actually end up with a race incident caution that leads and feeds into the stage break.
Yeah, if there was one thing that needed to be cleaned up over the off season, that would be it.
Right.
And it's hard to believe that we're so close to the end of the season that we can start talking about what are we going to clean up in the off season, right?
As it's getting here. We're, after tonight ends, we're 3 races. It seems like just a few weeks ago, Chris, we were calling Ty Morosco crossing the start-finish line for his first career BPO win at Daytona. But in reality, that was 28 races ago.
It's a long time.
I've enjoyed it. I can't lie. I've enjoyed calling the race. You made it easy on me this season, right? Sorry, Tom was talking in the background. You've made it easy on me just to show up and call a race. So I do applaud you and appreciate you more than you will ever know. But I'll be honest, Chris Legoo, I miss being out there with these guys. I really do.
I do too. I cannot wait until we call the last race. The very next day, the first thing I'm going to do is get my rig set up, get some paints done, and get out on track. I miss being a driver.
Yep. What
pace car is off
for next season? Can't tell you, but I can tell you, like you said, pace car is off.
A little bit of a wiggle out of the 33. The Iron Man is on those old tires. So is Rick Thompson. Rick Thompson looking for second spot. He's going to grab it.
But I just realized I wasn't paying enough attention there. A lot of drivers did not even elect to pit there, Chris. They took the stage points, but remember, they can only go about 35 laps on fuel. Cody Hines said anything after 35, you're going to be safe. So are these guys just hoping, banking, or maybe a caution-free caution type of deal, a quick yellow?
Yeah, probably. Either that or they wanted to guarantee points for the first stint. Dalton Kilroy currently being scored in the 3rd spot. Brian D is looking to the inside.
We need those two to stay away from each other. We don't need MFRD versus MFRD crimes again. Michael Fox watching with very little fingernails here.
Well, here comes Cody Heinzman. He's going to break up the party just a little bit as Heinzman slips into the third spot. Maybe a little bit more because Rick Thompson's slipping all over the track.
All over the track. As now they're going to be 3 wide here. That's not what you want to be if you're at Hot Atlanta. But yeah, so I just heard Rick come over to comms and say, thank you for not running into me there, talking to Dalton. So big moment, big wiggle out of 76. Luckily for him, he had a veteran and killer right there behind him, gave him some room, gave him some space. But I think Rick's still feeling the effects of that wiggle. He got those tires heated up, not let them cool down yet as he's going backwards in a hurry. Yeah,
I'm watching the battle behind them. Corey Sherman was trying to figure out where to go, man. They were looking almost 3 wide there for a second. And here comes DP. He's going to do it again. DP 2.0. Made it work.
Oh, Laguna's down on the apron. Got loose right there in front of Corey Sherman.
Oh, yeah, I guess it wasn't DP. I thought it was there. But yeah, it's Hunter Lagunas forcing the issue.
Oh, shocker. I should have said that. Good grief, Tanner, stop.
Rose has to check up big time in the 48 as he almost got it in the back of Lagunas.
Lagunas is my little buddy on here, so I can say it. He's a little wild. Yeah, heads up driving by the 48 of Rose now. Lagunas trying to battle back here, jumps to the outside of D's and makes the pass in quick order. I'm just starting to really worry about fuel here for these couple that have not pit. Let's give you a rundown. So Cody Hines, a new race leader out front. TBB has not went down for service. Chad Wilson in 9th, not went down for service. RT 76 and 11th. John Perkins 12th. And Austin Edstrom 17th. All have yet to go down pit road for any type of service.
Yeah, and Rick Thompson is certainly suffering because of that call. He is back to 13th spot as Mark Arthur goes around him. And he's coming down. So Rick Thompson most likely is going to lose the lead lap as he comes down pit road. Meanwhile, Cody Heinzman up front, he has saved his tires, and man, what a difference between him and TBB. We've got 3/4 of a second difference on track right now, and that's just tires.
Right. I mean, we saw the 51 fall way back, and it was by design. Fell all the way back to 11th or 12th, if I recall correctly. And you just
TBB now bringing it down pit road.
Edstrom as well. And Perkins. So all 4 went down pit road. The last remaining driver to not pit was Chad Wilson in the 21. He's up to 4th right now. 5th almost, I believe. 4th or 5th, something like that. But we know he's going to be due in pretty quick.
Yeah, he just made a pass.
Right, he's going forward. That's what's crazy. I'm wondering if SDK is telling us tricks again, and maybe the 21 has pitted because he looks like he's on offense here. He's making another pass.
Not only is he making passes, but he's making passes like he's on fresh tires.
That's what I'm wondering here. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking. He would have been in by now if he had to pit. You saw 4 guys all pit on the same lap. That tells me they stretched it out as far as they could. Huh. Huh. Yeah, Chad Wilson's definitely pit. I'm going to call it here. He's pit. He's taking tires.
Yep.
I don't know why SDK won't tell me that.
You figure that out, and you can make a lot of money.
Right. Amen to that.
Well, Wilson's in 2nd spot. Young TNA driver, out there getting it done. Up 17 since the drop of the green flag. Trying to follow his teammate, Cody Heinzman, currently leading this one. Cody had the pole, and then let it drop back. Now everybody kind of being on equal tires for the most part. He is showing why he likes this track so much.
He's definitely demonstrating why he likes the track. That's for certain. Has a little bit over a second lead over teammate Chad Wilson, but then you got to look back almost 3 seconds to find the next competitor, and that's Chris Carroll sitting back there in third. So Chris Carroll was another driver we saw. He didn't qualify great, not terrible, just not great. Well, he started 12th. That's not actually good for him at all compared to his normal effort in qualifying. But Chris is up 9 spots. He was a driver. He's learned throughout the season that you cannot hustle this car early. You got to really conserve the tires, try to be there towards the later half of these long runs. And that's exactly what he's done here. Up 9 spots to third. Dalton Kilder right behind him in fourth. And shout out Mr. Corey Sherman in that Priority Auto, beautiful number 3 Toyota, what is it, Camry on here? Yeah, Camry. Got a cool sponsor in Priority Auto on the side, Savage Edge on the hood.
Oh, that is just the that is the Savage Edge car.
Oh, it is.
He's got so many paint jobs; it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, I see that now. Well, there's not a Priority Auto on that car anywhere. I'm going to cost him. We're going to pull the sponsorship from the 3 car.
Oh,
it is on the deck lid. Deck lid, I think I see it. But we're paying way too much money to just have a deck lid. Deck lid sponsor though.
Yeah, especially the coupons he gives out. My God.
Right. I need some coupons. I don't know if I'll save any money by the time I make the drive up there, but worth a try.
Oh, yeah. Always welcome, brother. Come on up on a Thursday night. We'll treat you out at Thunder Road.
Now that's a bucket list right there. That is bucket list.
Good little battle going on for the, well, I guess it's not actually a battle. TVV's down the lineup. So, never mind.
I want you to look up in front real quick for me, Chris, if you would. Well, it's sorted itself out now, but there for a moment, Chad Wilson was looking to the inside of 51, and I say it sorted itself out, but I don't think it has, because Wilson's definitely on tires, and he's definitely shoving the 51 down the backstretch.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Wilson's so much faster, I think the 51 should just let him go and then use him as a draft.
Right, I agree. And I think I wouldn't be shocked if we see that pretty quick here. Maybe. But the 51 is a competitor.
Heinzman has it in him.
He's a competitor.
Like, you want to do what?
Right.
That's a good push he's getting. Really good push. And you see how he comes off the back bumper before the corner. Even better. Good job out of Chad Wilson right there. Helping out his teammate. You can tell these guys are not MFRD, because if they were,
they
would have wrecked
one
already,
of them facing backwards. Right. I mean, if you can't take care of your teammate, who can you take care of, you know?
That's it.
Give and take, especially when it comes to teammates. So it's the hardest people to race around is your teammates, but it's the best people to race around. It's very, very conflicted racing around a teammate, unless you're doing it like what you're seeing these two do right now. Chad Wilson's faster than 51. I'm going to go out on a limb and just say that right now.
Oh,
but
definitely
he's electing to just ride right here. He's applying a little bit of pressure to 51. 51 definitely knows he's there, right? But I think if Chad wanted to, he could have done jump low and tried to pass 51. But look what he's doing. He's shoving him down the front or down the back stretch, excuse me.
I've been looking for an opportunity to say this all year long, but TNA 1, 2, 3. As Corey Sherman is in the 3rd spot.
I'll be damned. Yep. See, Amanda, if you were here, it could be TNA 1 through 4, but you said you wanted to get the Busch Light vid.
That's still possible. Phillips out there. Running in the 15th spot right now, his 89.
So Cody Heinzman, the old Sex Panther, as he was coined today on Race Chatter. I do apologize for that, Cody, because I know you're listening right now. He just said, Tanner, if you're listening, I got 2 words, shake and bake. So they're definitely doing a little shake and a little bake.
Yep. I'll tell you what. They may be doing shake and bake, but Corey Sherman is catching them. At one point, there was a gap of almost 3 seconds. Right now, it's just over 2. Sherman is fast.
So
he's running half a second faster last lap.
So let me jump on board here with Cody real quick. Let me see something. 1 second. Okay, exactly. That's what I thought. Cody Heinzman is aggressively saving out front. Chad Wilson is as well. And okay, all right. I can't say too much. Hey, they're smart. They're smart. There's a reason why Chad Wilson ain't passing them, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That is freaking awesome. They're going to try to make the end of the stage. At some point, they're going to have to switch, right? Because Chad's using up more fuel right now. At some point, that tandem will switch. And I think when they switch, if they don't switch, it's going to be because the field finally gets there, which is very possible. Because look behind him now. RT76 is definitely driving him down. But remember, he's lapped down. He may be more than 1 lap down, actually, Chris. Let me look here.
No, he's just 1 lap down.
So he's
looks
going
like he's
to
on tires.
Right, trying to get his lap back the hard way here.
What he should have done is made sure that he was the first car lap down and then just kind of chill.
Right.
But he's wasting some tire here.
Well, that's big brain right there. I wouldn't have thought about that, but you're absolutely right. He could have saved tires behind these cats. And anybody they pass there to put a lap down, well, hell, he's going to be right there with them, so he's going to pass them too, right? So he would always remain in the lucky dog spot. Chris, you're a smart cookie, bro.
Well, the only other thing that he might be thinking is that, maybe somebody's going to come down. Maybe he can get inside the top 10 somehow if people come down before pit road closes, but it's, who knows? He's still got, 20 laps or so to go.
So there's a switch, but I don't think they are going to switch. I think we're about to see Chad Wilson try to catch back up here and just try to keep as many cars a lap down as he can. And I think that whole plan, it changed once lap traffic started getting back up right to him and once the pack started catching him.
Yeah, well, Trevor Harmon came up and broke it up.
Yeah.
Harmon right now running in 2nd spot.
Oh, Harmon is actually, okay, I thought he was in lap traffic. He is not lap traffic, so I apologize for that, Trevor. I thought you were a driver that pitted already, but he is not. Well, he pitted earlier, but he's on the lead lap, and Harmon definitely took tires, I can see, unless SDK's lying, which is clearly lying about Chad Wilson, right? So it could be lying about Harmon, but it tells me Harmon had a 15-second stop, so as we know, that's a four-tire stop.
Yeah, there's a couple of drivers that look like they probably took tires. But Chad Wilson right now leads them all in the 21. Trevor Harmon 2nd, Cody Heinzman 3rd. Then it's Dalton Kilroe making a pass on Corey Sherman right now. Right behind Kilroe is the 99 of Chris Carroll. Here comes Mark Arthur. Arthur getting in front. Just now it's clear. Mark Arthur clears Chris Carroll.
That's a name we haven't had said all night. It's Mark Arthur. He started pretty far back, if I remember correctly. Yeah, absolutely did. Started 17th up to 6th. But now I'm sitting here, I'm starting to really monitor lap time because fuel is obviously going to be a big deal for a lot of these guys. I don't think that most of the field's saving. It looks like from about 13th on back, they might be saving. They're in like the 33-second bracket most times. So they could be saving a little bit. I know earlier Cody Heinzman was aggressively saving, so I'm wondering if the 51 can make it to lap, what is it, 85?
85, yeah.
That's a tall task, though. That's about, first stage was what, 30? So we'll say that they went back green on make it even, lap 35. That's 50 laps. I don't think that's doable. No matter how much you save, right?
I wouldn't think so.
But every bit you save is less fuel you have to end up taking. So, which versus your pit stop's going to be shorter. But I don't know. That's too big brain for me. That's why I need the crew chief up here. If Mark Arthur's looking to the inside of Cody Hines in the 51. I think he's going to try it. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a teammate right behind him again, Corey Sherman. Oh, the 51's going to slot down low.
Slow down the heaviest hitter right here, Chris Carroll.
Oh, the 41 with a big wiggle.
A big moment out of the 41. Now, these two right there, 41.99, no strangers to love between each other, but Carroll makes the pass cleanly.
Some of that just had to do with some of the slower traffic.
Yeah.
So 41 was behind Chris Carroll earlier on. I kind of noticed it. I didn't say anything about it, but the 41 was behind him. Had passed him. So.
Oh, we got to hype that up, Chris. Whenever you sit around each other, you got to paint the picture as if they're flipping each other off down the back stretch and everything.
Maybe.
No, I maybe. Maybe. Folks, if you missed it last week, check out After the Flag from last week. Yeah, it's last week, but man, oh man, it was a doozy. We had Dalton Kilroy stand up and almost make a butt of himself, for lack of better words there. And Hunter made a butt of himself, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I just got to sit back and watch two people go at it like children. It was awesome.
Cody Heinzman texting and driving. Close.
Okay, I know what he's talking about. I wrote him earlier. I said, tell me on the radio just Y or N, but I guess he decided to go one more. All right. Damn it, that's crazy. I think I can say it now, and everybody else, it don't matter because it's too late. Yeah, I don't think so. He's trying to save fuel, guys. I mean, clearly, right? And he clearly just stated he's close. He's close to making it to the number, but even close is still going to be a task, I think. And you're looking at about 15 extra laps you got to go on a fuel run there.
If he's been saving since the very drop of it,
yeah,
man, that's a tall order.
When I was in the cockpit with him, I'm going to jump back with him and see if he's still doing it. I would have to imagine he is. Let's see here as he jumps down into the corner. He's got draft help too, so that helps on the straightaways. He's not wide open on straightaways. Oh yeah. What's impressive, the fact that he can go on the clutch here, save that much fuel, and be just as fast as these guys around him. That's what's impressive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me check Kilroy right here with him. Or no, Kilroy with him. Who was that? I see right there.
He's going to take advantage.
Brian D. Brian D's shutting the car off as well. So these drivers are definitely aware of fuel. Now the $1 million question, can you do it? I wouldn't be able to do it. I can tell you. There's not a chance in hell I'd be able to do it and maintain pace. Our race leader, Chad Wilson's doing it as well.
Yeah, I was never really good at saving fuel. Maybe a couple of laps, but what you're talking here is superhuman.
Well, it's the saving fuel part. Yeah, it's crazy, but saving fuel and maintaining pace is what I could never do. If I start saving fuel, you can tell instantly in my lap times when they fall off a cliff. I'm talking we're a second slower per lap if I'm trying to do it.
Yeah,
it's an art to be able to do it. And I've always found, Chris, I don't know if you're the same or not, I wear more tire when I'm saving fuel. I'll chew up that right front because instead of using brake or stuff like that, you dump the clutch down, right? So then you have no resistance slowing you down. So naturally, you got to turn the wheel a little bit harder, right? So I always found myself using more right front when I was trying to save fuel.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Cody looks like he's just trying to stay in the top 10.
48 right at down track side right here. He just caught it out. So that's going to be the icebreaker. And oh, he's going to be speeding. Oh, he didn't make it. God, there's not a chance in hell he made it. It's 50 miles per hour speed limit. He was going every bit 57 when he slid in. So I'll keep tabs on that. Update y'all when I know something. Chad Wilson's taking it down 21, and he was a driver saving.
Yep, Wilson bringing it down. That's going to slide the lead on over to Mark Arthur. So the Barbie car takes control.
Or as we like to call him, Mr. Big Ugly. Man front and center out front. Led him some laps last week. Going to lead him some laps here as well. You know what I just noticed? Lori. She is not here. If she's here, she has not spoken yet. So, Miss Lori, I hope you're out there. I hope you hear me. But I feel like if you was out there, you would have said something already. We have a Connie spotting. As, pits just closed. I don't know why. Excuse me. Is it 85 or is it 75?
I don't know. The graphic was not usable this week.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really have that.
Oh. It was only 75.
Oh, well, that makes a difference.
That makes a huge difference, huh? Well, I feel like I'm an idiot up here now.
Oh, the
that's
51
like a
is still going to make it, and he's in 10th spot, so he's still going to get a point.
Yep. That's a fart in church right there, huh? I was expecting a lot of people to start going down pit road. No, sir. Only 2. But Mark Arthur, Big Ugly, looks like he's going to pick him up a stage win here. As he does indeed.
Wow. Chris Carroll, Hunter Lagunas, Dalton Kilroe, Brian Dees, Larry Bell, Ty Morosco, Chris Berg,
wow,
Cody Heinzman, Eric Bont, the way they are scored right now.
I am speechless as hell. And that's something that don't happen often with me. I am completely speechless and dumbfounded right here.
What, that Mark could win a stage?
Well, that too, but wow. I wish somebody would have told us, hey, idiot, it's lap 75. But I wish we had a graphic too, right? I was just going off what I heard in practice.
Yeah, I went to grab it, and it was still the joke that was in there, the AI.
Right. This is when it gets hairy because you know what I'm hearing on the radio? I'm out.
Yeah,
a lot of drivers are saying I'm out.
Yeah.
So now it's a game in and of itself because pits don't open yet. You got to.
Yeah,
they might open.
That are coming down regardless.
Right, because they have to, right? So that's going to be an end of the longest line penalty for them guys. And then you got guys wanting to pit. Kilroe's out. A lot of guys are running out of fuel here. 81's out. Going to be a lot of passing under yellows here. It's a headache for race control when this happens.
Yeah. And if you're out, make sure you hit your stall.
Yep. Carroll's out on pit road, not even knowing if he'll make his box. He should make his box. He is going to make his box. That's the problem right there. Because if you overshoot your box, you're out of fuel. You can't throw it in reverse.
41
17.
Just trying to make it.
17 did exactly what we just said, but luckily he was able to get backed up.
Ooh. A lot of guys, they save fuel, which is great, but they are going to lose a ton of time anyway.
Chris, I'm going to deafen real quick in here. I'm going to go help for a second. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. So as green stops, or green flag, no, stage ending stops are ending, Mark Arthur is going to have the lead. Hunter Lagunas, Chris Carroll, Larry Bell, Brian Dees, Eric Blunt, Chris Berg, John Perkins, Corey Sherman, and Phil Van Vliet, your top 10 as of right now. That could change. Lori is here. How you doing, Lori? So, a little over 120 laps to go. A lot of drivers are going to be on new tires. Mark Arthur did not elect to take tires. So our race leader going to be on old tires. I don't think that works very well here. We'll have to keep an eye out on it.
All right, Chris, I apologize.
No problem. While you were gone, Lori stopped in.
There she be.
And I was just talking about Mark Arthur's last stop. Because no tires. He's bringing it down again. I think he's going to refill. Maybe get tires this time. I don't know.
Let's keep tabs on him, and I'll let you know.
That's going to hand the lead over to Hunter Lagunas. And Chris Carroll's going to be to his outside. Larry Bell going to be inside road number 2 to his outside. Eric 1. Brian Dees will be inside road number 3 with Corey Sherman to his outside. We got a lot of drivers taking advantage of one little bit more fuel stop.
So Mark did take tires right then on the second stop. I'm looking at the times, and now it sucks because SDK has let us down a few times the past few weeks. I'm seeing a few 4 tires takers, right? But there's not a lot. I don't know if yours is showing kind of the same thing.
Well, don't. Yeah, you can't go by that. A lot of the guys came back in and took fuel again.
Yeah. Duh, right. I'm glad you said that, because I would have been all flustered again up here, but you are right.
I think Mark was the only holdout for tires. Except for maybe. Yeah, anyways. Pace car's down. We're getting ready to go back under the green flag. Hunter Lagunas hits the go pedal. Here we are.
It looks like an old school NASCAR start for most of the field, because when they go down the pit for the second time, they all line up on the inside lane. That's where iRacing puts them. But yeah, you're right, Lagunas. Got teammate Chris Taylor right there behind him, and then look behind them. From third on back is a gaggle. I repeat, a gaggle of cars. That hornet's nest you always hear drivers say, like a cliche hornet's nest. Well, folks, you're looking at it. That's it.
Yeah, it's starting to straighten out a little bit right now. Right in the middle of Cody Heinzman in the 6th spot. He is looking to go. I think there is no more saving. I think you just go now. Well, the first 2 stages were pretty exciting. Good stuff happening. Only 1 caution so far. But now we've moved on to what we'll call the exciting part of the race.
I'm not sure. I was sitting here doing a little bit of math, so I'm counting 3 stops in this stage right here, or 2 now. I'm wondering if they could cut a stop out. I don't think so.
No way.
No way they could cut a stop out. So yeah, I believe you're right. Saving fuel, throw it out the window. Unless a caution comes untimely, maybe then. But for as it stands currently, these boys are getting after it.
Yeah, they're going to get after it big time.
They'll Weisberg get to the outside wall a little bit, going into turn 1, I believe. No harm, no foul. Keep it going.
Brian Dees back out front to 17. He's got his teammate Austin Edstrom right in front of him. Just got a lap back. So Edstrom, who really needed a strong night tonight, currently in the 16th spot. he's just got a whole bunch of the iceberg right behind him. He's not going to be able to hold up just because there's a teammate there. He's going to have to go.
Absolutely. And like I mentioned a while ago, iceberg got into the wall a little bit. So that tells me the 56 is, I mean, loud pedal to the floorboard. He's trying to get after it right now. I'm trying to figure out what happened to Kilrow. I guess he was one of those guys running out of fuel and lost some positions and then went down again, but currently running 10th, but not really pushing the issue. And then I look back all the way to the guy in 11th. It's Mark Arthur. A huge gap in between him and Dalton Kilrow. So now I got to jump on board and just see.
He may be saving fuel.
Yeah, maybe. Let me figure out what we have here.
Kilrow did run out. He was very, very slow on the pit road, so kind of surprising that he didn't lose more. Maybe some of the guys that came in for second stop really helped him.
So Mark is not saving aggressively. He's not cutting the car off, nothing like that, but I believe he is lifting a little earlier, trying to save. And this could be a tire deal as well. He could be just trying to save tires versus the fuel, actually.
Yep. Maybe he's going to wait about 10 or 15 laps before he gets rolling real good in the 12th car.
Not a bad call at all. We watched Cody Hyman do it first stage. Ended up paying dividends for him in a 51.
Saving. He's racing right now. Got around the 4 bell. Now he's looking to get around the 89 of Phil Van Vliet. Pulls up to the rear bumper of the 99, Chris Carroll. Carroll, I would say, might be saving a little bit. Started off close in front of this one. He's to the outside of Hunter Lagunas on the restart. Now those two drivers are falling back.
Both of them have. They're both in the same Discord channel, so they're whatever strategies one's pulling here, I would say the other one is right there in sync behind.
I don't want to stir the pot or anything, but that's a sandwich I wouldn't want to be in right now.
That is absolutely a sandwich I definitely would not want no part of. I love me some Oreos. I love me some bologna sandwiches, but I don't want to be the meat part of that one in the middle right now.
No. That one's looking back going, ooh, Phil out there.
Yeah, okay. He's thinking of the Lone Dutchman right now. The Lone Dutchman feels like his best friend. Chris, I want to put you on the spot. How did he get that nickname, the Lone Dutchman?
That one came with him.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I just knew y'all were teammates. So I was wondering if maybe you gave it to him or somebody gave it to him that you knew about. I always wondered where the Lone Dutchman came from.
Ryan and the 66 in lockstep, battling over the race lead right now, but the 87's kind of getting in the way of his own teammate. There it is. Amanda's typed it right out for you.
Let's see. He had it. He's Dutch and always raced by himself. The Lone Dutchman. Oh, it's boring. You couldn't get to come up on your TV. Well, I'm glad you got to come up now. We did have some issues earlier, so you didn't quite better. You did to the beginning part, right? We had some technical issues that we've, I don't even know if Chris solved it all the way on his end. Chris, you still hearing yourself every time you talk?
Yeah, I am, but I kind of took care of it by taking my headphones off whenever I'm talking.
That is brutal, brother. That is brutal. I would love to be able to help you, shoot you a message, tell you how to fix it, but I'm stumped. I don't have any idea.
I've done everything I can except for the restart.
Oh, I got you. So I bought off topic here, but I bought a Turtle Beach headset off Marketplace. It was a wireless one. It was like a $200 headset, but I got it for $100. And it was fairly new. You could tell it was used. But anytime I plugged it into my computer, no matter what, it won't not do that. Like, it has the echo effect in it. So I just never use them. They're over there in the closet. A great wireless headset. But anytime, if I use it on the Xbox, it's fine. But it's just something to do when I actually hook it up to my PC. That's what it does.
Huh. I'd take a baseball bat to him.
Well, they're over there as basically if I gotta have a headset in a pinch, but there's no way in hell I would be able to broadcast. Listen to myself.
Just
I feel for the fans at home. Gotta listen to me.
feels weird. It messes with your cadence. It's weird.
I can tell your cadence is different. You're not the same Chris. You're still beautiful, right? The voice is still pristine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know.
Chris Berg, Brian Dees, Cody Heinzman, your top three, and they're running pretty much, I'm going to say bumper to bumper, but that's not really the case. Berg has got a car in between himself and Brian Dees. And that is a car that's looking to try and get a lap back. It's Taylor Butcher Benjamin, the first car, 1 lap down, currently scored in the 17th position.
What's crazy is I just now realized we have some heavy hitters and some playoff contenders currently scored 1 lap down. So you got, well, hold on, my SDK just changed. So you got I lied. So I thought it was all the way up to John Perkins, but it isn't. So
Yeah, it's Austin Edstrom and TBB right now.
it's telling me Edstrom's on the lead lap. Is he or is he not?
It's showing me blue. Yeah, he's showing a lap down.
Lap down. I hate SDK with a passion. I hate it.
He's just starting lap 96. Leader's just starting lap 97. So.
Okay, that's the leader right there in front of him. Okay. Pittsburgh. Yeah, SDK, man. It's been brutal the past few weeks. Brutal.
So we got to figure out who is going to get by the lap traffic. Go from there, but right now the Iceberg all by himself. You know who really likes the Iceberg? Rick Thompson.
Oh, that's his. So when I introduced Rick on Race Saturday, I called him Chris Berg just as a joke, just to get him riled up, and you should have seen his face. He thought that was pretty funny.
I did. I actually went back and watched it today. Oh, the 87
yeah.
Off the bumper into the wall hard. Austin Edstrom losing the grip on that car.
I didn't even get to see what happened there either. I was going to look up SDK or SimRacer, excuse me. Did he lose it himself?
Don't know. We're going to go back and find out.
Oh, Sam Baumgartner, if you're watching, that may have been your favorite word here. Let's see how you see it though, Lagoo.
I see.
Pull up the stream.
No, that was the right rear end kicked out to the right, and then the 17. I don't think had a place to go.
Okay, he was loose before that though, right?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Okay.
We'll go back one more time just to make sure.
I think you're right now. So I get to see it again.
Yeah, it was just enough. There may have been a little bit of net code there, but it was going to happen.
Right.
Well, that really sucks.
Remember what I said about a timely caution that could end up forcing this into a fuel mileage race?
Yeah, it just happened. Map 101 of 196.
I don't know.
35 at 70. Yeah, they're going to have to stop.
But we just saw them go 40 something laps earlier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have to do 40. That's up to 182.
I don't think we're in a fuel mileage race window yet.
No, we're in a splash and go.
Yeah. But we are getting close to it. We can't afford another incident within like the next 10 laps, or we will be.
Chris
So
Berg
Austin
gonna
Edstrom.
win. Oh no, Time Roscoe's going to win the battle off from pit road.
What?
How about that? Time Roscoe hasn't sniffed the front end of this pack since stage 1. He's now going to be the race leader.
Did not come down pit road there.
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Oh no, he did not.
But he's down
yes,
low
he
right
did.
there.
He's just coming off from pit road.
Yeah.
SDK, man.
I'm gonna go back and see what he did though. Yeah, he went down pit road clear. Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
know what? He didn't stop in his box. He kept rolling.
Oh.
I think he missed his box. Let me make sure of this before. Oh yeah, he definitely. He just drove straight down pit road. I think he missed his box. Tried to get in and couldn't. He tried to get over there and he was way too late. So look for. He's either going to stay out or he's going back in. Let's see.
No, he's gonna
He's
stay
staying
out.
out. But that's for sure what happened. I watched him swerve over on pit onto like into his box. Tried to, but he was like 2 boxes past it.
SDK continues to give us fits here this season.
You know, it's really started like just the past 3 or 4 weeks. I'd say is when it's really gotten bad. I mean, at Watkins Glen, we had people. It said people didn't pit, and they did. Like we were calling the races if they didn't have fuel. That's pretty annoying.
Yeah. You know, this is only the second cause caution of the race.
That's impressive. As Mark asked me over chat, I'll say it here, so I ain't got to mute and everything. Ty Morosco missed his pit box.
Cars are going to start filing in 2 by 2, getting ready to go back under the green flag. Ty Morosco is going to have the pole. Chris Berg to his outside. Cody Heinzman inside row number 2. Corey Sherman outside of row number 2. It's going to be Chris Carroll, Brian Dees, Rick Thompson, Philip Van Vliet, Hunter Lagunas, and Larry Bell to round out the top 10. Right now, Dalton Kilroe's just in, looks like 11th spot. Yeah, 11th. So I kind of need like 2 drivers to have a good night tonight, right? I need Dalton and I need Rick Thompson. Rick Thompson right now, 7th spot. That's just for my own personal pick.
Right. Well, we got them re-rack, re-stack. I'm going to try it again right here.
Pulls off.
Going to lead the field here, Chris.
Green flag waves. Morosco with a good start. Cody Heinzman with a good start. The inside line is moving. The 3 moves down.
Heinzman had a great start there. No battle for P2 because the battle was spoken for already. But look at that. 66 tried to get there. Could not get to the outside of 51 all the way. 51's going to get clear.
So Cody Heinzman starting to roll. Feeling pretty confident too in Chad. He says racing's done now. He's a 2-stopper.
There we go. That's what we like to hear.
Math isn't happening for me, but if it does for him, then good. And to the race lead, the 51 goes. You knew it was just a matter of time before he found his way back to the front, and he has done it.
Especially when he says it's all about race pace now, basically. Fuel's out the window for him.
Roscoe now. Last time on pit road was lap 79. It was for fuel. I believe he took tires just before that stop, maybe.
So now I'm wondering, is he in a 2-stop window? We could do the math to find out, but it's so hard to truly know for certain. still the man front and center. Got Ty Morosco, P2, Corey Sherman, and Chris Bird. They're going to battle side by side, as Magoo had to step away just for a brief moment. But look at the battle we have going on here, a little bit further back behind the race leader. And I'm also noticing Chris Carroll, who's back there in 6th. He is a man trying to slice and dice his way through the field, trying to get up there with his biggest competitor, that being Cody Heinzman. But right now, it's all Heinzman and Morosco leading the charge around this 1.5 mile oval. As you could call this a cookie cutter, but it's a little different than your standard cookie cutter. Why? Because it's not a tri-oval, it's a quad oval. Gilrow now the contender behind Cody Heinzman for Dalton. Winless this season. I've talked about it almost every week on here, as he's going to look to the inside of 51. Battle for a race lead heating up. Gilrow to the inside in that battle. Man, it was very, very, very short-lived. 41 of Gilrow back out front. And now, folks, I've mentioned it. Since Kansas, the 41 has led so many laps in these races, but just ultimately cannot figure out a way to either, 1, shake off the bad luck bug, or 2, basically just not step on his own foot. He's not had a whole lot of incidents this season caused by his own doing, though, so we can always come back and lean on that. 41's had great speed, great pace. It's just been a matter of the luck. The luck has not went his way yet. And I've said it, I feel like I've said it countless times just in the past 3 or 4 weeks. Is tonight the night 41 finally visits victory lane? I've said it all season long. He is going to win a race this season, but let's be quite frankly true and honest here. There's only 3 races left after tonight. He is about like Kyle Busch in real life. Kyle Busch is looking for his 20th year in a row where he visits victory lane. And now Gilrow, I'm sure he's won every season up to this point. Is this the season he goes winless? I don't think so. I think this season the 41 finds victory lane, and I'm going to die on that hill up until the checkered flag of the final race.
Kilroe still up front. Kilroe up front. TBB in second. Cody Heinzman third. Chris Carroll fourth. Hunter Lagunas in the fifth spot. Rick Thompson holding on to his sixth spot. That's pretty good for him tonight. That's exactly what I needed him to do. Kind of my outside pick here. Trying to make it into the top four. Rick Thompson doing it good. Amanda, you know it. He's always excited for racing. I think there's also an animal out there that's driving me crazy, but Kilroe leads Taylor Butcher Benjamin. He's got about a 3-second lead over his teammate. Cody Heinzman has got about a 7, almost 8-second deficit, but Chris Carroll is looking to the inside, trying for a pass. And that pass is clear. So chalk Chris Carroll to third, but here comes the 51, a big wiggle. Big wiggle out of Cody Heinzman's number 51. And even with that, able to get down underneath the 99 again. Less than 70 laps to go. Very different runs and lines being formed by Chris Carroll and Cody Heinzman right now. About 10 seconds behind the race leader, Rick Thompson, running in the 6th spot. So there's more positions to be had for RT76 if he can get there. Heinzman's changed his line. He's now running the top side of the track. He's definitely going to build some momentum. And stay up higher in the RPM range. John Perkins, he actually might finish under this hood. He's finished a couple, but no real troubles here for John Perkins tonight. This run, 7th spot so far. The Iceberg running in the 8th position. The Soul Speed in 9th. Very well inside of the top 10. The drivers have come down for service. 125, Corey Sherman was down. Chad Wilson came down, so maybe a little bit on a lap. Dalton Kilroe continues to march on, almost a 4-second lead now over his teammate Taylor Butcher Benjamin, almost 9.5 seconds over Chris Carroll. Is this going to be the race where the monkey comes off the back of the 41? Let me see what that almost 4-second gap looks like on track. Almost insurmountable at this point. Cody Heinzman's going to peel it off. He's coming down pit road. Lap 134. So Heinzman not going to do anything more with that set of tires. now up front. All eyes are on the leader. When's he coming down? So Kilrow out there since lap 101. His teammate right behind him, TBB, out there since lap 102. Chris Carroll also on since 101. In fact, most other drivers on the lead lap. Oh, Cody Heinzman gets nabbed for speeding. Big hold penalty. That's going to hurt. Cody Heinzman now making his way back on track, but he has lost a ton time and position with that speeding penalty. Top 6 drivers electing to stay out. Mark Arthur bringing it down pit road. Lyman Roscoe being scored as the first driver, 1 lap down. Ty just trying to hold on to get back onto the lead line. Dalton doing what Dalton does best. He is just continuing to be able to drive. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Rick Thompson, John Perkins, Philip Van Vliet, Brian Dees just pulled it on pit road. Top 5 drivers have yet to come down. At this point, Kilrow is hoping and praying for a caution flag to come, and it may not. Very low caution affair here at Atlanta tonight. And he is still going. Rick Thompson has made it up to 3rd spot. And he's bringing it down. Rick Thompson peels it off the racing surface. He's coming down pit road. And then there were 4. 4 drivers who have not come down pit road yet. Our race leader is going to come down. He's coming down now. TBB is going to stay out and lead another lap, but our race leader on pit road. John Perkins also going to bring it down. Philip Van Vliet stays out. Morosco right now is being scored on the lead lap. Here comes our race leader, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. He's going to give it up and come down. All eyes on the 89. He's the last holdout. That's on pit road, lap 101. Philip Van Vliet going to run one more lap, going to lead this one. A lap here at Atlanta. That may be all she wrote for the 89 in coming down this time. He starts backing it down just a little bit. He's going to pull it down underneath the apron, and that is going to give the lead over to Ty Marosco. Marosco has the race lead by about 5.5 seconds over Dalton Kilroe.
All right, Chris, I apologize for my extended break there for a second. What have I missed? Fill me in here. So it looks like...
Green flag stops.
Okay, all right. Marosco's man front and center. Kilroe's second, but it looks like Kilroe's... Well, never mind, I was going to say about the pit. That is not true. Corey Sherman's going to take the position away.
Yeah, I think the 41 maybe still coming up to speed, getting the tires up to temp. Corey was an early driver to come down.
Broke the ice early for him, okay. Whew.
Oh, he did miss one very big thing. Cody Heinzman, speeding penalty on pit road.
Oh, no. And that's my race chatter pick, too.
Oh, the 3-car just touches the wall. That's a cross between touches and catches.
Right. Man.
He's only the 3-car is still pretty darn fast. He's putting separation between himself and Kilroe.
Oh, he's loose again right there, I just saw.
Yeah, he's hammering down.
He's a fan of this track. I heard him say it earlier today. He really likes this track. Which I'll be honest,
he's eating into the race lead a little bit.
So I'm trying to get caught up here. Heinzman, like you said, speeding penalty. That's got him scored currently 1 lap down. Eric Blount is in the lucky dog spot. So if Cody wants to try to bounce back, he needs to get in the lucky dog spot. And that is currently 1 spot ahead of him and Eric Blount.
Yeah.
Man, so our family has this little tradition. We go out to eat on Sundays, right? We always switch it up. But the last 2 of the last 3 weeks, we went to Texas Roadhouse. And I'll tell you what, Chris Legoo, I won't be going to Texas Roadhouse for a long time.
Oh boy.
I mean, we are hurting, brother.
Not just you?
Just me right now, yeah. That's what I went in there and seen if she felt okay, and she does, but I am not. It is ridiculous right now. Just all of a sudden, too. Trying to get all the way caught up. Marosco pit on lap 121, but he short pitted as well, right? Because everybody else, they pit around lap 135 is what it seems like the majority. Looks like that's when most of them went down the pit road.
Between 135 and 143 or so.
Right.
So Marosco's on a slightly different strategy. It's paying dividends right now. He's got a 3.5 second lead over Chris Carroll. It is it's disintegrating.
Let me do some math real quick. I know, right? Me doing math. Marosco is in at 121, so 30 laps will take him to 151. Add another, we'll say 6 laps onto that. That'll be 157. 157 and the 196. What's the math on that, Legoo? I'll do it for you actually. 196 minus 157, 39 laps. So, ooh. I mean, he's close to being. I think he is in a 2-stop window, but he's going to have to save us a little bit to get there.
Yeah. And he might be doing that right now. I mean, the way that the gap is closing up.
Yeah.
Full sign.
I agree. Last time by, he's about 6/10 slower than Chris Carroll in second. If he just saves a little bit each run, he'll definitely be okay. What's happening with John Perkins? He just said, "Geez Louise." I'm not sure. Him and Eric Brown had a little close mishap on track. No harm, no foul. Oh, Eric Blunt just fired back. That's what I said, geez, Louise. Look at there. Going back and forth now. I love it. We got beef.
Hunter Lagunas gets around Corey Sherman for third spot. Some of these guys that pit a little early kind of paying the price now. Corey is 1.2 seconds off in his quick time. The race leader, the 99, Chris Carroll, takes away from Ty Marasco.
Chris has to really capitalize on this ill-advised penalty that the ketchup man got, right? He really needs to pull through. But I mean, let's be honest, if Cody Hines is not winning races, it seems like Chris Carroll's winning them. Every now and then we've had Austin Edstrom, somebody like that, sneak in and grab one, right? But for the majority of the season, they've just been going tit for tat, back and forth, back and forth. So now that Cody's got that speeding penalty, he's behind the 8-ball. I mean, I'm just going to say this is Carroll's race to lose now at this point. Just based off the stats. But still a lot of laps left, so a lot can change in between now and then.
Yeah, don't count out the 41 yet.
I can't ever, because I'm telling you, brother, he's going to win him a race this season, damn it. He's going to. And that's what I mentioned a while ago when you had to step out for a second. He is a driver that, I mean, you just have to pencil in for at least one race win each season, and usually more like multiple race wins this season. The time is running out for him. 3 races left.
John Marasco probably going to be looking for tires here pretty soon. The rear end of that car is a little bit happy.
I just want to note, too, remember, we counted Ty Marasco out a while ago when him and teammate Austin Edstrom early mishap at the end of stage 1 earlier. I thought championship hopes for him were basically done and toasted. We know he's not going to be here. I think I heard you say 2 weeks.
I think it is 2 weeks.
But it may already be done and dusted for him if that is the case. But never say never. As Marasco's taking it down trackside now, Chris.
Yep, on pit road goes the 1 car.
Ooh. I think he got it slowed down in time.
So now it's Chris Carroll, Hunter Lagunas, Corey Sherman, your top 3. I wouldn't think it's going to be much longer before Sherman comes in. Last on pit road is lap 125.
Crew chief, if you're on the box for the 99 or the 27, being as they're on a different strategy than the 3, they went 10 extra laps in the 3. When are you thinking to come in here? As Perkins Rick Thompson takes it down pit road. Are we just stretching this tank out, or are we going to try to get the most out of these fresh tires that we have laying in the pit road right now? It's a $1 million question, huh?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, sometimes you just got to go.
maybe when Corey Sherman goes, maybe that will kind of force their hand once they're within the window, which they are.
That's kind of what I was thinking, is maybe waiting for what the guys behind me going to do.
Right. Repitting, he just called it out. So I feel like if you're Chris Carroll right here, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? You stay out too long, then they're going to make up so much time on a short pit. If you come in too early, well, then they're going to have fresh tires at the end of the race. It's a weird predicament to find yourself in here. That's why I always just try to go based on when others around me start going. Don't try to be cute, nothing like that. They said, yep, Corey Sherman down pit road.
So now it's Carroll, Lagunas, and Berg. The Iceberg in third spot.
Iceberg's had an impressive night. Ran up inside the top 5 for a huge chunk of the race. Has led some laps out here.
Yeah, the Ironman has been pretty strong tonight. No real, on-track issues.
Keeping tabs on the current gap between our race leader and second place. Race leader's checked out. He has almost a 4-second lead over Hunter Lagoons, and it looks like Lagoons 27. He's taking it down pit road now as well. So I expect our race leader Carroll in fairly quickly.
Yeah. Highest running MFRD driver, Brian Dees, who was knocked out after last week's performance. Unfortunately for him, got involved in an accident not of his doing. Wiped out his chances of continuing on in this championship hunt, but Brian Dees tonight running in third spot.
Put down a heater of a qualifying effort. He qualified P3. Justin Ping's entering pit road. He just went down. I'm shocked to see the 99 keep bypassing pit road here.
He and Alan Kilrow might be two that can go about the longest. Kilrow can go longer than anybody, I believe. Even though there's a couple of drivers that pit behind him, just the way he drives.
Right.
I think
Iceberg's
he can
in.
pick up a couple.
So Iceberg surrendered 2, or second spot, excuse me. But yeah, just looking at the laps here, TBB's in. He was in at lap 144, so he's actually in a little bit before Philip Van Fleet, who went at 143, and Kilrow was in at 141. As Chris Carroll, race leader, going to take it down.
Yep, race leader's on pit road. That should surrender it off to Brian Dees.
4 of Larry Bell, pitting from third as well.
Don Kilrow, I'm thinking I need to come down pit road pretty quick. I know you want to do stuff different than the leader to try and beat the leader, but at this point, you can't afford to lose more time to Chris Carroll on fresh tires.
I'm thinking Cody Heinzman, yes, he does. He passes Chris Carroll on track right there. So I think when it's all plays out, our race leader is going to be the Sex Panther, or the Ketchup Man, as me and you like to call him. 51 of Cody Heinzman, I do believe.
He has to come down pit road again.
Oh, he does indeed. Oh yeah, that's right. That's speeding penalty. I forgot. He would have to step away. You even told me about the speeding penalty. I knew about the speeding penalty. You still just don't believe it, right? You don't believe that the 51 can make a mistake like that.
I know, right?
It's easy to do. This track it's very tricky pit road, even in the new configuration to the old configuration, both of them. Very, very tough pit road to hit. Looks like it's starting to get a little foggy out there too on the back
I
stretch.
was just looking at that.
I thought maybe it was smoke, so I was looking for an incident, but I think it's all on the track. It's fog.
He's Kilroe and Van Vliet, your top three.
Mr. Mark Opera said it is foggy. That's foggy. It must be the gas pedal in that 12 car. Needs to get up on it. As he's running the high line now, I just went over there to look at him, ripping the Kyle Larson line around here, right up next to the wall. I tried it in practice. It was fast. It felt cool up there. But then 3 and 4, he goes back down low side of the track. As Cody Heinzman just waved Chris Carroll by, telling him to take it high. '51. Cody Heinzman taking it down pit side here. Going to lose a lap though.
He continues to stay out.
I think he's just fishing and praying and hoping that yellow flag flies to catch him, to help him out here.
I think Dalton's probably doing the same thing.
I believe so, Chris, but I'm just kind of cycling through the running order here, and there's not really a whole lot of cars really around each other that I'm seeing. You got a few, but never more than like 2 or 3 cars within a pack. I think somebody wrecked getting on pit road. Oh, they did. Mark Arthur, if you want to try to pull it up. I don't know if it's showing on SDK, but Mark Arthur spun getting on pit road just a minute ago.
That's worth backing up for.
That's going to be a penalty as well. He didn't clip the cone, but I think he's going to have a speeding penalty. He'll tell me in my ear if not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he just walked him up.
So Lori asked, Lori asked in the chat, I missed something. Why is Mark a lap down? Lori, I'll be honest, I had to step away. But I think he didn't take tires at one point and then pit. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, has basically been a lap down since that point in the race. Oh, he just told me in my ear, Chris and Lori, he sped on pit road. That's how he originally went a lap down, so he had a penalty earlier, speeding on pit road.
There you go.
So it shows he can drive fast. He just drives fast in a slow zone.
Yeah.
I can tell you what, if there's anybody.
I'm looking at Brian Dees. Last time he was on pit road, but 138.
Oh, wow.
2 more laps will be 40. 40 laps.
Jump on board with him here, too, just to kind of get a tell on what he's doing. He's not saving. I mean, no, he's not doing anything like what they were doing earlier. So he's definitely, I'm going to say he's due in right now because he just said 17 pitting. He just called it out.
And Kilroe was last in on lap 141.
It's funny. If you remember just 15 laps ago, you said of all them guys, I know people came in after Kilroe, but he'll go longer than all them guys. And would you look at this? You would think we paid attention to something during these broadcasts, huh? And you've done this for many years here in BPL, so you've definitely paid attention. You've caught a few fuel mileage races below Dalton Kilroe before, huh?
Oh, yeah. It was one year we were set up, it was always fuel mileage. Just the way it all broke down. And man, oh man, he had a hell of a season that year.
Yeah, I mean, that's where he got the nickname Captain Save from Fuel or something like that.
Captain Save Fuel. And speaking of him, he is the race leader right now. Phil Van Vliet in the 2nd spot. A couple of drivers that are a little bit quicker. The 81 of Ping and the 10 of TBB. We're going to try and get their laps back.
Ooh, they're going to split our race leader Kilroe. But right there, that was a good testament to the speed difference between fresh tires and old tires. You saw it right there. They just basically ate him alive and swallowed him whole right there.
Yeah.
Split him. He was in the middle, and they passed him like he had an anchor tied to him.
This is the thing that I didn't want to see Dalton do tonight.
Right.
He is losing so much time on track. Philip Van Vliet for the race lead. He's got it. 41 is saved.
'48 of Ryan Rose, somebody we haven't mentioned forever. He's going down. It has gotten really foggy out here now.
Ty Morosco comes down pit road and hits the disconnect button.
Ooh. It's 41 going down this time by. He just called it out. Dalton Kilroy going to surrender the race lead over to Philip Van Vliet.
Van Vliet already had it.
Yeah, Van Vliet already had it. So he's going to surrender second place.
Oh, big time. Oh, man. I don't know if he made it in time. Dalton was coming quick.
Oh, he talked to grass and everything, Chris. Oh, he did not make it. No, sir. 63 at the line. Let me ask over admin and see if he'll tell me. Dalton, was you speeding?
So Van Vliet bringing it around. That is going to hand the lead back over to Chris.
63 at the line. Sorry, Chris. I thought I was muted and thinking. No speeding penalty for Dalton.
Chris Carroll, Hunter Lagunas, Chris Berg, your top three.
It is really foggy on the backstretch. In the cockpit, it don't look that bad, really. You can see it, but not like we can from up above.
Take a blimp shot.
You probably on the blimp, you probably can't even tell what number you're looking at. I can see Chris Carroll on your screen on the stream. I can make that out, but I can't make out the car in front of him.
Pretty wild. Look at that.
I want to guess the RT76.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Got about a little bit over 10 laps to go, 11 right now. As we haven't mentioned it all race, let's mention it now. Don't forget, folks, after the flag, coming at you about 5 minutes after the broadcast here concludes. Gives us time to, for me, usually to put a t-shirt on, right? Because cameras get put on and faces get revealed. So we got to 50 up a little bit. So about 5 minutes after we go live, or finish up here, we'll be going live here on True Sim Productions for After the Flag. You can hear from your favorite drivers, maybe hear from some of your not so favorite drivers, may even hear an argument or two, right? Never know. It's After the Flag live 5 minutes after tonight's race. I would have very good ad read, and we butchered that one.
Hey, you want to try that one again, bud?
No, I really don't. But just After the Flag coming at you 5 minutes after the race is finished.
Corey Sherman trying for third. Not able to do it that time. He is on the back bumper of the iceberg. You know, Frick Thompson is the president. Corey Sherman is the vice president of the Chris Berg fan club. I could be wrong, but this is shaping up to possibly be Corey Sherman's best finish of the year.
Well, you know what? Let's go give it a look and see. He is currently running fourth. I think he had a podium earlier in the season at Hot Atlanta. Hey, that's funny. I think it was here. That's actually hilarious. Let me go look to make sure. I feel like we talked about this on Race Chatter. So you are correct. His best finish of the season so far has been fifth. He got it at Homestead and then got it at Daytona. He actually didn't finish very well at Atlanta, but he led a lot of laps at Atlanta.
Yeah.
He led 38 laps there.
Seven laps to go. Chris Carroll continues to lead the way. 6.5-second lead over his teammate, Hunter Lagunas. That lead's actually closing up a little bit.
This could be back-to-back good races for the Junker. If I recall, finished third last week, if my memory serves me correct. He's been a driver that sent me a few messages regarding the power rankings when I was typing them all out myself. And was always wondering why he wasn't ever featured. If I was still typing them out, he would definitely be somebody that would almost for certain have to be featured. He's got his last 2 races has been 6th and 3rd.
Definitely got a uphill swing going.
And the good thing about this week is no controversy surrounding it.
Right.
I've said, even when I was calling crooked line races, I said if that kid can ever just, instead of going 100% all the time, just simmer down to 95%, he was going to win a lot of races. And I stand by that statement as well to this day.
As the fog rolls in, Chris Carroll continues to lead the way. The gap is actually widening now. Chris Bird trying to get a little closer to Hunter Lagunas. Maybe a battle for second before the end of this one. Ooh. You see that?
I did not. What'd you see?
Man, Chris Bird just smacked the rear end of the 21.
Oh, okay, yeah, I did see that. Gave him a shot down the back stretch.
Yeah.
I did see that.
You can't pass somebody if you go through them.
Right. That's going to be the battle right there. It's heating up a second. He is right there on the back bumper of the 27. As they go off in 3 and 4. And
getting harder and harder to see him.
It is. Corey Sermon's not too far back from them either.
Chris Berg set it up on the outside.
Popsicle sticks in the air too for our race leader, but this is the battle right here. Look at him going top shelf, going to try to get the momentum here. Look at his on the backstretch, got help out the back as well. And that's all she wrote. 51, helping the 66 by. Now what can the 27 do? Will he battle back? I don't think he can. I don't think he has the tire, the pace, or the time.
Yep, that one's done. We shift back up to the leader as we have less than a mile and a half to go here at Atlanta. Down the backstretch he goes, looking at the entrance of turns 3 and 4. And this one belongs to CC. Chris Carroll gonna win another one. Chris Berg's gonna bring it home in second. Hunter Lagunas third. Corey Sherman with his best finish of the year, a fourth. Honorable mention goes out to the 4 car. Didn't really call his name all that much tonight, but Larry Bell with a top 5.
Hell yeah.
TBB with a 6th. Dustin Ping, Dalton Kilroe, Brian Dees, and Philip Van Vliet with a top 10. RT76, 12th place. That is not what I wanted to see out of him tonight.
King Street, please. Chris, I'm hearing reports that, well, I see Chris Berg. Chris Berg does have TeamSpeak. I was hearing reports that all three of them wasn't in it, but we got Berg down here.
All right. Well, if you want to hit Hunter and Chris over in Discord.
Hunter and Chris, just jump in Discord. We'll take it there. I'm going to deafen in here, and I'll be over in Discord.
Roger.
Hunter the Junker Lagoon. Yeah, you're live in the booth, brother. Got a copy?
I do. What's up?
What's up, buddy? Another podium finish. I believe that's back-to-back for you. And as well as I believe I looked, and it was a 6th place finish at Watkins Glen. So firing on all cylinders here as the season's winding down. Talk me through your night, brother.
Yeah, honestly, I really didn't know what we were gonna do. We were like, well, obviously you got to, double stint the first stage, and then the second stage. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really know what to do. We were just
Right.
like, well, I was like, well, Carol, just tell me what you're doing, and I'll just do what you do. But basically just followed him around.
Well, he's a good one to follow, right?
Heck, and definitely feels like I've picked up my game here a little bit the last few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk to me about that late race battle with you and Berg. Just seemed like he had the fresher tires there at the end. What did it feel like out the windshield?
Yeah, I knew he was going to get around me. I was like, well, all right, there's a second. Okay, he just got there it's like 0.6. I'm like 0.4. I'm like, yeah, he's going to get around me. It's like 2 to go. And 2 to go, he did get around me. He's like, well, oh well. Still a top 3. I couldn't be mad.
No, I never can fault a top 3. So Hunter, another good night for the 27, looking strong. And like you said, you're really starting to come into your own here on Sunday. So that's what we like to see. You're winning in other leagues, but we got to get that first win here on Sunday. I have no doubt it's coming, brother. Who we got to thank for the 27?
I definitely want to thank you for broadcasting this, and also for letting me be on Pod Kings. Chris Carroll a lot. I mean, I definitely would not have finished where I did without his help. Larry Bell helped a lot also. Elite Performance Industries, Pit Lizard Performance. That's about it.
All right, brother. Well, 3rd place finish of the night. Like I said, back-to-back podiums for the 27. We'll let you get up there and celebrate, brother. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And I guess we're going to do them all right here.
I guess we'll just do that. I'll bring you ping down.
Finishing in the 2nd spot tonight, it's going to be the 66 of the Iceberg. I don't know why you brought Ping in here. I want the Berg.
LOL. 1 second.
I got it.
Yeah.
Chris Berg. Chris and Tanner up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys loud and clear.
Well, bud, at the end of the day, a 2nd place right here at Atlanta. Not a bad run at all for the 66.
No, it's finally some good luck, and it's been a rough couple months, and I was hoping to sweep it as I won, the spring Atlanta, and was looking good there till there was about 18 laps of fuel left in the tank, and that caution came out in stage 3, and when I was in the lead, and then I just fell back. Everyone else had been saving a little more and was playing catch up from there.
I think you could have won it if you used the paint job from last week.
I swapped because that paint job has not had much good luck lately.
Well, it looked good. A 2nd place finish. I guess you can't knock that, bud. Who do you have to thank?
Everyone at Blackhawk Motorsports, Ohio and Indiana Roofing, Vapor Trail Clothing, and you guys up in the booth and all the sponsors of the league. This was a great race, a lot of fun. I prefer the tracks that are old and worn out. They're a lot more fun, and tire wear comes into play.
All right, Chris. Thanks very much. Congratulations once again on a 2nd place finish. We'll put you up there to celebrate.
Cannot believe you brought the wrong driver down. You brought Dustin Payne down. What a rookie.
I know, right?
I can't believe I did that.
One more driver to talk to, Tanner. It's all yours.
Well, I get the winner tonight, Mr. Chris Carroll. Let's get him down here. Chris Carroll, you're live in the booth. You got a copy?
Got a copy, sir.
So I'll be honest, I was not prepared here, so let me do something really quick on my end. Well, we can start out here. You picked up another race win. That is your, I believe, 6th race win of the season, 7th race win of the season. Now you got the momentum back in the 99. How are we liking the battle shaping up for the title over these next 3 weeks?
Honestly, Tanner, not even going to worry about it. I'm going to run my strategy. With all the strategy stuff we got to do now, I'm just going to run my strategy. It's gambling. You never know when the caution's going to come out. Screw your strategy up now. So I'm just going to do what I do, run the way I run, and let the chips lay where they're going to lay, bud.
So you mentioned that last week, and when you said it last week, I'll be honest, I was kind of thinking, maybe not. Maybe it will be you and Cody and Dalton and boys will end up being on the same strategy. Well, tonight, that was all out the window. There was 5 different strategies going on out there. When did you learn that you was going to go a little bit longer, or when did you decide you were going to go a little bit longer than the other competition there late?
Lap 1. We all decided we were going to cut out a pit stop and just save fuel the whole race like we have been doing in every other strategy race and make it boring and try and win that way. Then the cautions came out and we did some math and, we went a little bit longer on most runs, I think. But, it just, you're gambling either way. You just have to try and think worst case scenario and get the best finish out of that. And then if the strategy goes your way, then you'll finish up front.
Right. Well, it went your way here tonight. A second place, a first place finish here. Who we got to thank, Carol, for the number 99, brother?
Well, I always got to thank you, Tanner Marr. Without you, I wouldn't be racing any of these leagues, any of these platforms. All the stuff you've got me into. So I appreciate that. Always got to thank Brian Zimmerman, USAFirearms.com. Powers all our Pit Lizard cars, a lot of our Five Kings cars, and super good dude, super good teammate. All my teammates out there, all my friends and family for watching, and all the admins in this league. They work hard every week to make this happen. And it's a thankless gig. They work super hard at this for us. So, got to thank them, and got to thank. I don't know who else to thank. The sponsors of this league. I still don't have a cheat sheet, but all the sponsors out there, thank you, giving us a place to race and giving us a platform to race and do what we love to do.
Right up, buddy. And one more question: did the fog play any effect into tonight? Was it getting a little foggy for you out there, late?
It was getting foggy out there.
It was.
I mentioned it to my teammates, and I was mentioning it to Larry and Ryan and Hunter there that it was getting foggy out there. But no, I didn't. I just thought a couple of times there was smoke, and I'm like, man, that's a lot of smoke. And then I realized it was fog out there, so it was getting. Track definitely tightened up in that fog. There's no doubt.
So you'll notice if you watch broadcast back for about 15 laps, I disappear there. So I leave, I come back, and there's just smoke everywhere. I was like, oh, what the hell is happening? And I soon found out it was fog. Well, congratulations, brother. 7th race win of the season. The momentum's yours right now. Congratulations, bud.
Thank you, sir. Looking for that championship.
Yes, sir, buddy.
So,
all right, Mr. Legoo.
Yeah, that was Chris Carroll, winner of tonight's race. Stay tuned about 5 minutes from right now for After the Flag.
Yes, sir.